The latest poll suggests that not only will Donald Trump easily win the nomination to represent the Republicans in next year's presidential elections, but that he would beat Joe Biden. So is a return to the White House inevitable for Donald Trump? And is it a result that us Brits should be praying for? Let's speak to one of America's most compelling political commentators and the woman with the glowing title America's Psychotherapist, Dr. Carol Lieberman. Dr. Carol, Merry Christmas. Wonderful to have you back on the show. First of all, Donald Trump appears to have momentum. Can he go all the way?
Well, not if the Obama-Biden White House has its way. But yes, he is up in the polls. He is 10 points higher than Biden at this point. But he is in a vicious cycle. Because the more he gets, the higher he gets in the polls, the more concerned the White House gets about that, and the more they do to try to stop him. And of course, what they're doing primarily now is lawfare, which is warfare using the courts. And he is, he has so many court cases, you know, it's hard to keep up with them. But they're trying to get him in trouble for various things. Originally, there's the case by E. Jean Carroll, who claimed that he raped her in Bergdorf Goodman's, although there's no evidence for that. Then there's the issue of immunity. He's trying to claim presidential immunity, which presidents are supposed to have. And then he's also in court in regard to January 6th. You know, the Democrats would like to call that an insurrection. And then we have Mar-a-Lago. You know, he estimated, or his CPAs, accountants estimated Mar-a-Lago as being worth $400 to $600 million. This was in 2011. And so now they're trying to say, no, that wouldn't go for that far. And he inflated the value of it to get loans. I mean, really, it was up to the banks to decide whether it was inflated or not. Anyhow, they are coming at him from all angles.
Will they prevail, or do you think that Donald Trump will be able to run for the White House in 2024?
I certainly hope so. Actually, though, people are saying that even if he's in a jail cell, they would vote for him. But I hope that he will be on the ballot in 2024. They've done another poll, about what Americans are most concerned about. And what they're most concerned about is the economy, as one might, guess. And so Donald Trump has 50% versus Biden's 32% in regard to who would do the best for the economy. And then the other things that Americans are worried about in descending order is immigration, democracy, abortion, Social Security and Medicare, climate change, although it doesn't exist, crime, guns, and then it goes down to smaller things. But yes, it's kind of interesting that housing and healthcare are 3% and 2%. The Israel-Hamas war is only 2%. That's where that ranks on what Americans are concerned about, which is awful. But anyhow, so all of these things really, Trump is better at all of these things, particularly the economy. And since that's the number one concern, then yes, that explains, at least in part, why he is gaining votes, gaining points. But what's so interesting, I was saying, is that he's in this vicious cycle, because the more they try to put him down with this lawfare, the more people like him. And that they didn't expect that. They thought, we're going to bring all these cases against him, even criminal cases, and that will make people turn on him. No, that made people respect him all the more. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, indeed, they're turning Donald Trump into a political martyr, and it's going to backfire, isn't it, Carol? Let me bring my pundits in, if I can, Carol. We've got the fantastic Lynn May and Junaid Ahmed. And I want to ask you about Donald Trump in regards to the United Kingdom, Carol, because, as you know, Donald Trump loves this country. He loves America, but he loves Britain, doesn't he? His mother was Scottish, and he has spoken in the past enthusiastically about a US-UK trade deal when he was president. So do you think it's in Britain's national interest for Trump to return to the White House?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and compare it with Biden, who didn't come to a lot of the recent events, in England, and
King's
because he said he
coronation.
couldn't fly. Yes. So yes, of course it would be better for England, the UK, to if Trump were elected.
OK, well, Lynn May, what do you think about the idea of a Trump return to the White House? Would that be good or bad news for my viewers and listeners here?
I would like to see Trump come back. I understand he says an awful lot of inappropriate things, but does that really affect your day-to-day activity? We can see that over 6 million Americans saw their wages increase under Trump. He, delivered tax reform. He brought industry back to America. He had a lot of positive influence as well from the people that really wanted to see that industry come back to America.
And he didn't start any wars, Lynn May.
Exactly, as well as he was pressured to start a war with Iran, and he decided not to. He targeted the general of Iran instead, which saw thousands and thousands of people actually not die, civilians not die. Under Biden, how many wars? We're constantly seeing international conflict under Biden. Under Trump, it did not happen. We can see that he went to see in North Korea Kim Jong-un. He settled him down. What has Biden done? I would like to see him come back.
OK, Junaid, I think you're not such a fan of Donald Trump.
I mean, it'll be interesting to know, from the both of them, from everyone what's speaking today, Trump is obviously more of the popular one from the sounds of things, what people are saying.
But what do you think? Does he rock your boat?
I mean, personally, for me, I'm very, coming from a reality background to leading a country, I don't personally know, but that's my personal thing. But you hear things, and you hear that he's made a lot of differences compared to Biden. Who knows? Let's wait and see what happens.
Carol, final thoughts from you about 2024. Do you think you'll be celebrating President Donald Trump this time next year?
Well, I hope so, or else I might be moving to the UK.
We'd love to have you.
No, I certainly hope so. It's to be honest. They are so out to get rid of him, and as I was saying, the more popular he gets, the more they increase what they're doing. I worry about his life. I worry about whether they would actually go to the point of hiring a hitman or make someone so crazy about how bad Trump is that someone would shoot him or kill him in some way.
Oh, my goodness, God forbid. There you go. Dr. Carol Lieberman suggesting that someone could try to assassinate Donald Trump just to stop him from becoming president. Carol, may I wish you a very Merry Christmas to you and your family. We also love having you on the show and look forward to catching up in 2024.
Thank you. Same to you.
The brilliant Dr. Carol Lieberman. Check out her website. She's on YouTube as well. America's Psychotherapist.